So,
Okay.
yeah, so everyone, just welcome along. This is Iggy, one of our legendary clients who's been crushing it at the Dairy family, and just really excited to have you share your story with us.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, as a starting point, what were the struggles you had before coming on this journey, starting this program?
So before joining the Daring Academy, I was, working out and, seeing some good strength gains at the gym, but not reaching what what I wanted to look like. I wasn't reaching sort of my appearance goals. And I knew that there were probably some components I was missing. I suspected like nutrition wasn't that great. I think I shared with you that how much I enjoyed anything sweet, cakes,
Yeah.
candies, that kind of stuff, and that was probably holding me back. And there were other things that I learned, in my journey here that I was like, oh yeah, I'm not really doing this super well. I'm not having good strategies. Like wasn't getting enough protein, and so I think that was a big thing that was holding me back before.
Yeah, so the nutritional struggle, the sweet side of things, and if you're open to sharing as well, um, I hear this often, right? So you get the strength gains, you're doing the training, but the physical results, how was that potentially holding you back in other, say, I don't know, with confidence or other areas of your life?
Um, yeah, it was sort of a little frustrating because, on one hand, I was putting in the work, but not seeing the results I was hoping to get.
Yeah,
And so then that sort of was like, well, maybe this isn't for me, or maybe I can't reach those goals. Those are some unattainable without, yeah, like without some sort of miracle.
yeah,
And so yeah, so that wasn't really great for the self-esteem or the confidence, in sort of being able to kind of see, okay, I can set a goal, know the steps to work towards it and get there. And at the time I thought I had a goal. Certainly
yeah.
I thought I knew the steps to get there, but I wasn't getting there. And so that was, yeah, kind of frustrating.
Yeah, the frustration of that. And you just brought this up that the potentially maybe it's not for you. So what were the doubts or potential skepticism that before starting this of what's possible?
Yeah, I just was wondering if I like maybe I just have like not the best genetics for reaching
Yeah.
some of my like sort of aesthetic or appearance goals. And maybe I was never like a super athletic person growing up, and I was like, well,
Mhm.
maybe there's a reason for that, and
Yeah.
so this is just another way of that showing up in my life. And so yeah, so those were the things that were typically going through my head.
Yeah, absolutely. And what results, changes have you seen now? So obviously you're at a different part of the journey now. Yeah, would you share some of those results and changes in mindset as well?
Yeah, so I'm only partway through, but I've already seen sort of, I think I've lost more than 10 pounds now, and like several, centimeters and inches off of my waist, which uh, has been surprising to me because um, I didn't think it'd be as easy as it was. And not to say there wasn't any work involved in it, but it wasn't anywhere near as painful as I thought it would be. I really thought, I'd have to, I'd work with Jared, and then like he'd change my entire life. Like everything would go upside down. I would be eating, you know, whatever the healthy equivalent of bread and water, like chicken and broccoli all the time. But
Uh-huh.
I've been able to, reach my goals and still have room for, occasional indulgences without it being like throwing me off track or like off the,
Mhm.
my journey toward my goals. And so that's been really helpful from a
Yeah.
psychological perspective. It isn't like, oh, I'm having to have a really severe diet that I need to like follow, and there will be no joy in my life
Yeah. And is
ever
this,
again.
yeah. And was that something you've done before? So that severe dieting side or going really strict on that?
Um,
Or,
in the past, when I've tried to like, so my goal was to like lose some weight and some body fat and like to lean out. And yeah, in the past, I would try to work. Well, actually, I would eat not as well as I am now, and be more indulgent in sort of some of the treats and things, but then I would try to work it off with like lots and lots of cardio. And so it worked in terms of getting me partway to my goals, but it wasn't as effective as I think what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Or sustainable. I think
sustainable. Yeah. And that's a fear, right? Because a lot of people say if you work for Jared or do this crazy thing and do broccoli, chicken, or it has to be that way. What do you think would happen if that was actually what we gave you? Said, Iggy, come to this and strict, no indulgences, strict diet.
Oh, I think you know me well enough that I would have like fallen off of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, within like 2 weeks. And so I think, yeah, so I don't think it would have been very sustainable or very successful, or even if I, you know, were to be able to stick through it for the whole 10-week session, I don't know that I would have continued that beyond it, you know. And so the thing that encourages me is that I'm looking at what I'm doing now, and it feels like this is something I could sustain for weeks and months on end after you know, I'm done on this 10-week journey with you. And so that part has been really empowering, because I kind of think, oh, well, seeing, partway through, seeing some really great gains, expect to see some really great gains as I kind of finish out with you, but then also look forward to continued progress and improvement, afterwards too, because I feel like I've just gotten the right set of tools to be able to continue that journey for sort of longer than let's do 10 weeks and look good for as good as we can for the summer in that 10 weeks, and then
stopping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful. And who would you recommend to take part in the program?
The thing that I've really appreciated about the program is those group calls that we've done, and just meeting everybody else and just seeing different people at different parts of their journeys. Seems like there's a few people who really have not spent any time focusing on fitness until now, and then other people who are like me, who've kind of like started, stopped. And I feel like from the feedback I've seen from everybody, it's been helpful regardless of where you are in your journey, and whether you have more experience, you've been trying some things on your own, or if you're just a brand new person to it all. I think, I think like many people now, look up things. I was looking up things on the internet, like I understood intellectually, the need for more protein in my diet, or to, do this or to do that. But the implementation of it was always a challenge for me. And so working with you to have your support and your guidance for that has been really, really helpful. So I really think almost anybody could really benefit from this. If there's anyone who's even got an inkling that they have a fitness goal that they want to work towards, I think it's really beneficial to have sort of the structure and the support in this program to, really jumpstart them and get them on a path quickly that is most sort of effective and efficient for them, and sustainable. Kind of wish I'd done this years ago, not tried all the things that I've tried,
we all feel that, right? So the time doing the wrong things. So what advice would you give to someone, say they're thinking about really going after it, but then they've got the doubt, skepticism of, actually, can this work for me? Can I do this? And those thoughts running inside their heads.
I would say that, my experience in working with you and in this program, and just sort of seeing the other people in these groups and things, is that my sense is, just from the way everyone's talking about it, and my working with you, is that you're really flexible and have a lot of different ideas about how to get people to implement these plans well, and you're able to individualize sort of those strategies that fit each person's sort of personality and life well. So I think if there are any doubts that anyone has, if you're concerned about, it's not for me, or it won't be as effective for me as it is for other people, I think kind of want to say that's not the case. I think there are a lot of I've seen you use a lot of different like strategies and tools in your toolbox to help people reach their goals and kind of tailor it to them. And so I don't think that should be something people should be too worried about.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for sharing that, Iggy. And I'm really inspired. I know we're only partway through, but your success so far, it's inspiring. And I know people who are struggling with not feeling frustrated, not seeing the results, hearing your story, it's going to be helpful for them. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Iggy, appreciate that. You really...
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you talk so easy on... I know some people get nervous